From the whispered secrets of childhood to the high-stakes deceptions of the corporate world, lies permeate human interaction. We are fascinated by deception. We want to know how to spot it. Unmasking a lie feels like solving a puzzle. It satisfies our curiosity and gives us a sense of control in a world often shrouded in artifice. Throughout history, people have sought ways to separate truth from falsehood. This desire has driven the development of various lie detection methods. However, discerning truth from deception is rarely straightforward. Human behavior is complex, and even the most seasoned lie detectors can be misled. While the quest for a foolproof method continues, understanding the science behind deception can offer valuable insights into human behavior and communication. Traditional lie detection methods often rely on physiological responses. The polygraph, commonly known as the lie detector test, measures changes in blood pressure, heart rate, and respiration. The underlying assumption is that lying induces stress, leading to measurable physiological changes. However, these methods are inherently flawed. They are prone to false positives. Nervousness, fear, or even excitement can trigger similar physiological responses. Savvy deceivers can manipulate these tests. They can use techniques like biting their tongue or imagining stressful scenarios to mask their true emotions. In contrast to traditional methods that focus on the body's involuntary responses, linguistic text analysis offers a more direct approach. This method analyzes the words we speak and write, revealing hidden cues to deception. The premise is simple yet powerful. Our language betrays our thoughts. When we lie, our subconscious leaks subtle clues into our language. We may distance ourselves from the lie, use negative language, offer overly simplified explanations, or construct overly complex statements to conceal the truth. These linguistic patterns, often invisible to the naked eye, become detectable through careful analysis. Section 4. Unveiling Deception: 4 Telltale Patterns. One common linguistic pattern of deception is reduced self-references. Liars often distance themselves from their falsehoods by using fewer first-person pronouns like I or me. Instead, they may refer to themselves in the third person or use vague terms like one or people. This distancing language helps them create psychological separation from the lie. Another telltale sign is the use of negative language. Liars often experience guilt or anxiety about their deception, which can manifest in their word choices. They may use more negative words like hate, not, or never than someone telling the truth. Third, liars tend to provide simplified explanations. Fabricating and maintaining a lie demands significant cognitive effort. To minimize this effort, deceivers often stick to simple narratives lacking in detail. Finally, liars sometimes employ overly complex statements, a phenomenon known as padding. By adding unnecessary details and convoluted phrasing, they attempt to make their lies sound more believable. However, this excessive detail often backfires, making the lie seem less credible. Section 5. Real-world lies and linguistic giveaways. The case of Lance Armstrong, the disgraced cyclist, provides a compelling example of linguistic cues to deception. In his initial denials of doping, Armstrong used distancing language and avoided self-references. He often spoke in hypothetical terms, referring to a guy who might use performance-enhancing drugs. Similarly, John Edwards, the former US Senator, exhibited linguistic patterns of deception when initially denying paternity of his child. His denials were lengthy and convoluted, filled with unnecessary details and legalistic language. This stood in stark contrast to his later admission, which was concise and direct. These examples highlight the power of linguistic text analysis in unmasking deception. While no single linguistic cue guarantees a lie, recognizing these patterns can help us navigate a world where truth and falsehood often intertwine. By paying close attention to the language people use, we can sharpen our ability to detect deception and make more informed judgments about the information we encounter.